Hi guys, welcome back to the All 22 podcast. Today I have two very special guests with me. Can you guys introduce yourselves, please? That's starting with you.
I'm Walker. I'm a sophomore, and I'm a safety.
My name's Christian. I'm currently the cameraman, but when I'm healthy, I play receiver, and I'm a senior.
You're the cameraman too? I'm the cameraman.
So it's crazy because I'm a cameraman and I get paid. So,
you get
See,
paid?
but you know what's actually crazy is he gets paid, but he still missed like half our practice in the summer.
Yeah, so that actually wasn't my fault because the first two practices Keaton filmed the tight, and that's why we switched, and that's why I went on to it.
Yeah.
So how do you guys know each other?
So I went to high school at Walker. I don't know when he moved to Chester County, but I was a senior when he was a sophomore, and I'm going to be honest, I was not really close with Walker in high school. We've actually been closer here.
It's kind of a lie. We were pretty tight.
No, we weren't.
Like dabbing each other up in the hallways type
Yeah,
stuff?
I mean, I usually got pretty... Christian would keep those earbuds in, but I'd pull them right out and be like, yo, what's up?
So that was actually his best friend at the time that would do that. His name was Bobby, and he was a kicker.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is one of my best friends, yeah.
So you guys back from, the O block, the home stretch?
We are actually from the 6'10", just not the same
6'10".
6'10" as Cole. Apparently we're fake 6'10".
Fake 6'10".
215.
Avon Grove.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually live in Kennett now.
Yeah, Walker
Oh,
does
you
live in
do?
Kennett now.
Yeah.
Like Kennett Square, Kennett?
Yeah.
Crazy, man. I know
Near
stuff.
there. Yeah.
That's insane, man. So did you guys ever actually play together in high school? Like, were you on the
I
field at
don't
the
know
same
if
time?
I
My-
ever shared a field with you.
My sophomore year was when I got my first playing time as in our nickel package.
Okay, I mean, I do remember, I remember Walker, I remember practicing with him, but...
We were probably on a lot because I was probably still playing scout, outside linebacker, while you were probably starting at receiver too.
Yeah, we had a really weird offense. I was a starter, and I still only had 5 catches on the season.
And you didn't run wing T.
And we didn't. We were a pro-style offense. We were I formation at one point, and then we went to kind of a pro-style because we didn't have a fullback that could fill the role. And, I mean, you can ask Walker. At the time, I thought we had the best receiving core in our school's history, and our leading receiver ended with 22 catches. So we really did not throw the ball.
Yeah, not only that, our quarterback was also one of the best quarterbacks we've ever had.
And
He had insane arm talent. He could launch the ball, what would you say, 60, you think?
Yeah.
You think he could get 60?
Yeah. Well, he could palm it, Yeah.
He had abnormally large hands, yeah.
Oh, jeez. My senior year, we probably had the best dual threat quarterback in the conference.
Okay.
And we still ran wing T. And not your, typical wing T, where it's, always read option and stuff.
Mhm.
Our wing T is straight just wing T. Stretch, fullback dive.
Yeah, we
It's
played
annoying.
a team like that my senior year, Harry S. Truman High School, north of Philly in Levittown. And we could not stop it. They had some insanely talented athletes. I believe their tight end at the time went to a Division I school. I don't know where, but they threw to him twice, and both were touchdowns.
Wow.
It was, yeah.
So my biggest question is you both didn't really know each other in high school that well. And how did you guys end up here together?
Well, I mean, that's what... We weren't, close, but we ran... Same, friends, I would say.
We had a lot of mutual friends. I was, friends with Walker.
Walker had friends?
Surprisingly, Walker had friends, yes. He didn't have to pay him or anything. These
No, it was pretty
people
cool.
liked him.
I don't know what happened to them. They're all gone now.
But we have a lot of mutual friends, and I was always cool with Walker. Never had any issues with him. But I wouldn't
I mean, he was kind of scared of me too.
We wouldn't ever hang out together. I hung out with my friend group was the O linemen and other receivers. That's who I hung out with.
Yeah,
So
mostly O and D line. You the big boys.
yeah, I am in a group chat called Big Boys, and me
interesting.
and my buddy, who's actually Aaron Rothermel's second cousin, something like that. He is also in that group chat with me, and he's a pretty skinny tight end.
Oh,
Yeah, he was actually... His dad was my coach, and his mom and my mom are in the same book club, so shout out to Rowan Hershey.
Yeah,
Dang.
shout out to Rowan Hershey, even though he's a Susquehanna Riverhawk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, river chickens. We
Yeah,
don't,
River Chicken.
we don't like to talk about that.
No,
even though
he
they,
brings the smell back home too. So I like hang out with him, like, oh, I could smell.
I mean,
the river
they
chicken.
did beat John Hopkins though, which
Yeah,
is,
that was
yeah.
an impressive win.
No,
a
I'm
good
not
run.
saying they're bad. They just smell really, really bad.
that's interesting. You guys told me you had a story when we were doing like pre-show, like something about your coach in high school.
We did. I forget which one though. There's a lot of stories.
There's a lot. I mean, look, our coach in high school was a very he was bullheaded, and he was the kind of guy that he was very old school. Like, we were probably the most disciplined team in the conference as far as penalties. We just had like some teams, obviously, like we played like Coatesville, both Downing towns. We played almost every week. We were playing guys that had multiple Division I guys on their roster at the time. So, but he was bullheaded. He was obviously a run the ball first kind of guy. No, definitely an old school guy. Didn't take crap from anybody. He got in the face of a coach during a 7-on-7 tournament that was like 6'7", and our coach is like 6 foot at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no fear. No fear.
That was that's what that story is. Also, shout out to Oxford. I still hate all of you, every single one of you.
We're name calling now.
Yeah.
There is beef.
Name drop.
At least in high school, obviously, if that still
Oxford.
carries over, that's a little weird.
Yeah. Like, you should put that in the past, Walker. Like,
No, definitely not.
are you gonna be the guy that goes back to high school games and be like, that dude, like, oh yeah,
Actually-
I used to tear it up back here in the old days. I gotta buy a ticket now. It's kind of
No, because you can't even pull up our stats because our coaches didn't. Still to this day, they don't plug in our stats on Max Preps.
Yeah, that
ours
is
never
factual.
did.
Yeah, I feel like that's not uncommon for high schools.
It's weird.
Yeah.
You can only find like the local papers and stuff, but
But yeah, we almost in our 7-on-7s. Oxford's running back decides to knock over our linebacker, and it's 7-on-7, so you can't really like knock people over. And our linebacker also happens to be the head coach's son.
oh, that's a fun one.
And well, yeah, they start throwing punches, and I thought the benches were gonna clear.
The benches did clear
Yeah.
until our coach turned around and he said, "Don't you go on that freaking field." I'm
Yeah, that's what I was about ready to
Paraphrasing.
sprint. As soon as he said that, sprinted like the other way, pretty much.
Well, my best friend and I at the time, like, both instantly got up and started to run, and as soon as we started to run, we stopped as fast as we got up because our coach was already yelling at us.
Jeez.
Which, like, to be fair, like, probably like the best call.
yeah,
'Cause
they
don't
got
need-
pretty bad.
Yeah, you don't need issues like that.
No, 7-on-7s are fun though. We'd always go to Penn State
Mm-hmm.
and do their 7-on-7. We saw Saquon's little brother playing. I played against Caleb Williams. That was
Really?
in the
That's-
playoffs of 7-on-7.
that's
That was
awesome.
cool. We always played like the math and stuff. Ever heard of Life Christian?
Can't say that I have.
They are a large team with men that look like they're probably 25 with 2 kids and a mortgage on their
Okay.
house. One day they took our tent.
Really?
They just we walked away and they just walked in, and they it was weird. And then our 2 tiny little coaches went up to them and tried to move them. It was whack.
Yeah, honestly, high school coaches are crazy. Like, they're
They're berserk.
fearless.
Because they don't really get paid that much.
Coaches in general,
Yeah.
kind of have not an audacity, but like a swagger about them where they don't want to take crap from another person. So, but yeah, I definitely think like our high school head coach, like that was someone that we feared. Like, we feared him. So
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I remember coming in as a freshman. My first practice, I didn't know what to expect. I was very nervous. I had heard that the year before, he made the freshmen stand in the corner for a whole practice, so I didn't really want to
Yeah.
stand in the corner.
that happened actually. That was because they were calling out guys for punt team,
Mhm.
and obviously, like, as freshmen, like, you're probably not going to play varsity. You're probably not even going to see the field
You
once.
didn't have a freshman team?
No.
Not until I was a senior, we didn't. So at the time, I was a sophomore.
Oh
when this
yeah,
happened to the
my
freshman
sophomore
class.
year, so that was really awesome.
Yeah, that was great for them too, and then they stopped it until this year. So
Well, we also didn't have enough players.
yeah, which is weird because normally we have like 110, 120 man roster or something like that.
Oh, wow.
After your class, we lost numbers.
Yeah, it's just a lack of motivation, lack of commitment for guys in our area, I would say. You won't be able to find guys back home that like just want to like run routes. Like very rarely will you find 5 guys that just want to go out and like run 1v1s.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a struggle to get people outside.
Golly. Like, we had a freshman team, but we usually couldn't get enough numbers, so we would play 7th and 8th graders, too. So I started as a little 7th grader. My first football play ever, I think I've said it on here. We were playing Cedar Cliff, and we were down by a lot, and I get my first play in at linebacker. I think I might be 120 pounds. The quarterback keeps the ball, rolls out right, runs me over. I just kind of get up to him and chop my feet, but don't move. And I'm kind of just sitting there. He proceeds to run me over. I believe he laughed so hard he coughed the ball up.
Jeez.
And the ball bounced forward and perfectly back into his arms.
Yeah, sometimes it just happens like that.
It just happens like that. It was a great awakening.
My first high school memory, we were at the Westchester University, I think it was a overnight camp. We always did something like that where we go to Westchester or Millersville until a certain year, and then we just had it.
My freshman year was the first year we didn't do it.
Yeah, which honestly I was kind of happy about that because it would get so hot. Like my feet have never been so hot except for when we were at Westchester and Millersville. And well, going back to the Westchester thing, I was a freshman at the time, like had no muscle, no anything to me, and they threw.
You still don't.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, he's
And
probably got to be one of the smallest guys I've ever seen.
Yeah, no doubt. They threw me in to the Wolves, and I was like one of 2 freshmen on the field at the time. We were playing Middletown, which is in Delaware, and they're known for producing the Chris Godwin, who is in the NFL. And that roster is always just stacked with talent. And I go up to make a tackle on a running back who got to like the 3rd level, so it was literally me left. And my ankles just did not move. Like, he left me frozen, and then I just fell. And I remember watching him run the next, like, 30 yards for the tutty. And my teammates just picked me up, and they just, like, kind of, like, dust me off and send me to the sideline. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is going to be a long freaking camp.
Yeah. I got ran over my first varsity game. It was pretty bad. Like, I, did a back roll on my back, and he ran in for the touchdown.
Yeah, I feel like it's moments like that that either make or break you.
Yeah.
So.
I guess it somewhat made me, but it was a rough one.
Yeah.
It was a rough one.
Yeah, that's my first start. I got broke by the quarterback, and I also missed about, I think I had at least 2 or 3 wide open, like, free hits on the quarterback or the running back, and I missed all of them.
Wow, you're bad.
Yeah, it was a bad outing. I came up to my coach afterwards and I said, "Coach, should I come to JV on Monday?" And he goes, "Yeah."
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, was this your junior year?
No, this is sophomore year.
Oh, and they're giving you a try at varsity.
It was just in the nickel package. So technically, I did keep playing at the nickel package. Like, they didn't take me off of that.
Yeah.
They actually weren't that mad because they said I was like, I was in the right spot, just not making the play. So
You're just the best kid on the team. Like,
we had a talented roster. We just lacked a true work ethic. It was maybe 2 handfuls of guys that I could say like I know worked really hard.
golly.
yeah, some of the guys who did work really hard were not so right in the brain.
I don't know what you mean by that. I'm gonna be honest.
Are you talking about yourself?
Christian Gallos thinks the world is flat.
Oh my.
You're funny, man.
So question for you, Christian, Mr. Gallows. What is the meaning behind the saying "What's Brackin"? Because you're the "What's Brackin" guy. You always say "What's Brackin," man."
What's Brackin, man?
So, in high school and kind of up until last year, I was a big Young Thug fan as far as music goes.
Okay.
Like that's all I would listen to. A lot of people in high school would like kind of make fun of me for it because that's the only artist that I would listen
That
to.
is not the only reason he got made fun of. Do not let me, like.
So now it's like Pop Smoke for you now.
Yeah, like I kind of find an artist that like I stick to, and obviously rest in peace to Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
But yeah. So my ringtone is actually a Young Thug song that says "What's Brackin."
Can you play that for us?
Yeah, I can try. Yeah.
Oh my. What's Brackin? Because he always says it.
What's Brackin?
What's Brackin, man? And I say it back, and he's like, no, you're good, you're good.
Yeah, he always does tell me I'm good, but I don't really know.
Honestly, I'm never good.
That's
bro.
what I mean. Like sometimes I'm not good. Like,
No.
I'm saying what's Brackin.
No. Well, he.
Alright,
You have it? Yeah.
So
What's
yeah, that's my
Brackin?
ringtone.
That's what's Brackin.
So that is what's Brackin, and that's that's kind of.
I thought there'd be a cooler backstory, like.
No, not
Yeah,
at all.
so did I, to be honest.
Not at all,
But-
actually.
Because isn't that a Maryland thing to say, like Brackin or something?
I have no clue. I just
I
know
hope
that
not.
I feel like it is, like,
I liked the
Brackin.
song, and I said I'm gonna make it my ringtone,
and you did it.
and I did.
You know
And-
what? That's great for you.
And I've had that ringtone since like I was like a freshman in high school.
So he's still the same old loser.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Walker, do you like Gilk?
I've never tried Gilk. I plan on not trying Gilk.
Mr. Gallows?
I've never tried it, but I think I would be willing to try it just because like why not? At
What
this
flavor
point?
you want?
Why not? Because it's milk and Gatorade.
I don't know what's the best flavor.
My favorite is chocolate Gilk. Chocolate.
Ooh, see, I'm
chocolate
gonna-
and fruit punch. It tastes like it's like raspberry. It's like a raspberry drink.
I'm gonna have to go against the chocolate milk.
Chocolate
and
milk
Gatorade,
should
'cause
just-
I feel like chocolate milk is always like thicker.
Yeah.
You're gonna do
like-
normal milk?
Yeah, I've seen people do like normal milk.
Yeah,
I feel
I'm
just regular
lactose
2%.
intolerant. I'm
Oh.
lactose intolerant, so it doesn't.
She
even
likes scared of cows.
matter.
So like you get nightmares about cows and stuff
All
like
the
that.
time, actually, and I actually am afraid of horses. That's not a joke. I don't know why, but like,
So you're horse toast intolerant too?
yeah, no, there's like a name for it, but like,
Horse phobia?
I have a horse phobia. Like, that's a scary creature to me.
Nah.
Not, yeah, that's funny.
Like, is that scary?
yeah,
You're funny.
like I'm terrified.
Like, you're laughing at it, but you're scared of horses.
You know, at my new house, the neighbor has horses. If you
That's
wanna-
crazy. I don't plan on visiting, and never did.
Dang.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's cool.
You guys have
Walker moved to our rival high school's like district, so
All right. I also don't go to high school anymore, and neither does my brother. So
yeah. So what's funny is his brother has a car, and he's younger than Walker, and his brother is the one that crashed the car, and it was
Well,
I believe it was Walker's
it was
car.
mine. It was my car.
and
Yeah.
they got his brother a new car and not Walker, and that's not a joke.
No,
Do your parents
that's
not
a
love you?
joke. Oh wow, that's a. No, I'm pretty sure they love me.
Doesn't
So I've
seem
had
like
conversations with Walker's dad. He's actually a really nice guy, so I don't know how Walker came to be who he is. Maybe just.
I think it was dropped down the stairs, like as a kid.
Oh, I thought you meant Dan
Like-
Drop. I was gonna say I was like,
No.
I don't think Dan Drop really hung out with Walker.
Like
No,
Walker was dropped
I
on
tried
his head.
to stay away from Dan Drop when I could, but
actually, Dan Drop's a really good guy, so maybe
Never met
he
him.
could have helped you in the weight room with your numbers. I know you struggle that way.
yeah, I'm okay. I'd rather not shave my legs, bro.
Yeah,
Do
I'm
you
not
shave
saying
your legs?
No, Drop.
Yeah, he
does.
definitely
Drop
does.
those?
Shane,
I know
Shane,
Dorito
do I
does.
shave my
Yeah,
legs?
that's true.
Yeah, no.
I
do
know
not.
good old Jonathan Dorito shaves his legs, but
Yeah,
that man has an aesthetic.
I would I feel you're taking time out of your day to shave your legs. like-
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Christian doesn't even shave his face.
I do actually shave my face.
I shaved my face.
I do actually shave
You
my
can't
face.
notice. I hate
Every
it.
4 weeks I shave it actually.
I can't wait until my beard comes
I don't
back.
think So
No, I do. I do.
No.
I swear every other person today has been like, "Oh my gosh, you shaved your face." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, shut
yeah,
up."
yeah. I was one of them that asked because
Yeah.
like I didn't notice when I saw you Saturday.
Not me, because I snap shank. I already know.
Yeah.
Dang.
So anyway,
Yeah, because like I had to shave, had a little goatee for Halloween. I was Shaggy. The rest of the crew was the other four in the mystery gang. Our good old friends Max and Big Al were Chris and Meg from Family Guy.
Yeah, I honestly I knew exactly who Max was, and it took me a while to figure out who
Al
Big
was.
Al was.
They had
yeah.
great costumes though.
Yeah, they were
Maybe
good.
Max will insert pictures here in the video,
Yeah,
but
they were good.
they were really good costumes. Walker, what were you for Halloween?
I was a hippie.
That's lame.
Yeah, well, so I
As lame as
started
yours, so
out
shut up.
as Captain America. That was really expensive, so I tried to do a boxer. That was even more expensive, so I went to hippie, and that was $10.
I got a shirt and khakis for like $7 at Goodwill.
See,
I was
that's
happy.
what I mean. I
Yeah.
got my stuff from Goodwill.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Gallows, what were you?
I was like a glow stick light up guy, and it's only because I had an Amazon gift card. And
Weren't you that another year?
No, I didn't.
You couldn't have thought of anything better.
Last year I was a Cowboy, and all I had to do was go to Tractor
Oh,
Supply.
I remember that. That was dumb.
Freshman
he had
year-
a dumb goatee.
Freshman year, I think I was a piece of bacon. I'll be honest. I think I was a slice of bacon. And then sophomore year, we couldn't really party.
Have you ever thought about being a werewolf? Because
You actually would be make a good werewolf.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because in high school,
They all call him a
they did
werewolf.
call me a werewolf because I was the only one.
Can you
that
do the
had, like, a
howl?
beard.
Like for the fans.
No, he was not the only one with the beard.
I
He just
cannot
looked
do
like
the
a
howl.
werewolf.
For the fans though.
I can't do the howl. I'm gonna be honest.
That was Christian.
Yeah. So
That came out of your mouth, man. That's crazy.
yeah. So I actually avoided Walker in high school, but he followed
Not
me.
surprised.
He followed me here for whatever.
Did you
reason.
follow him here?
I mean, he did tell me to come out.
I
You
did
told him
not.
to come
I
here?
did not actually.
You're the one who put us through all
I
this.
did not. I actually talked to his recruiter, and I was like, "So you're recruiting Walker?" He was like, "Yeah."
Oh, I thought you meant like come outside to walk here. No, I came to this college because, well, I mean, I like the coaches, and I want to keep playing football. The thing is, I actually had to debate because I was like, how bad do I want to play here and still be on the same team as Christian Gatlis? Like how bad do I really want to play here? And luckily, I wanted to play here that bad, but Christian is definitely a sore subject for that area.
You're literally sitting on the same couch as him.
Yeah, I mean, where else I'm gonna sit? But
So Walker's actually not from Pennsylvania originally.
Oh no, it's not this. Okay, I've heard stories about this. Please.
none of it's true.
No, Walker's,
Something about his sister?
I
Walker's
don't-
from Colorado.
I want to make sure
and-
everyone knows I do not have a sister. No sister.
Yeah, but no. When I found out Walker was coming here, like it definitely like put me in a really like bad mental state because I just didn't want to be around him. I'll be honest. I kind of liked being the only Avon Grove football player here.
You want to be
didn't-
outshined, you know?
That's not it at all, actually.
It's okay.
But yeah, I liked being like just nothing from high school to follow you, and then of course Walker gets here and he's telling people stories that happened in high school. So
Jeez, Pete's. There would have been 3 Greencastle football players here if one didn't break their leg. But, stupid.
yeah, were you and John Ritos close in high school?
Yeah, we were team captains together, actually.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep, we were pretty close. And then Sam Reed, who played last year and broke his leg, he was a team captain when me and John's sophomore year, when John broke his leg, sophomore year, at camp. Didn't play.
Yeah, Sam Reed's a good guy. It's a shame that he couldn't continue to play.
Yeah. But he's actually my writing associate in my one class, so I still get to pick on him every now and then. But yeah, me and Dorito go way back.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was. We live pretty close, and we're good buddies. He's gonna give track a try this spring, which that'll be fun to watch him because he is one fast boy.
Yeah, straight speed. He is he's very fast.
And when I say fast, I'm talking like he could almost win the landmark. I think coming in like
You think?
freshman year, he's
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, he is crazy fast, especially because he's a big guy, too.
yeah he's about 190. He played left tackle last year for us.
Yeah, we never had that problem in high school. Our O linemen were meant to
They're
play
big.
O line.
See, Christian says that, but as soon as Christian's class left, that was not the case whatsoever. I was outside linebacker at about 160 on a good day, and I still outweighed some of our linemen.
Oh wow.
My senior year, our O line I think was best or second best in our entire conference, and I don't think that was really up for debate. After the top 2, I believe it was us and Coatesville, and we had guys like shout out to Connor Long who went to Ship.
Eric Yurkovich probably could have gone somewhere.
Yeah, Yerk was getting looked at by a few D3 schools. I think he actually had like a preferred walk-on to Robert Morris. I'm not sure how, that all happened because like he was a good player, but like D1 caliber is definitely like, but he did have 5 sacks in one game, which is that was pretty remarkable.
That's nutty.
Our lines for your grade were actually really, really good.
We had so much talent in my class and no work ethic. Like I will
Where'd you
say
guys
that.
go?
Where'd you guys go this year?
5-5.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go like 8-2. Like that's what we were like projected to go, and that didn't happen.
We also, the year after you left, our line was still decent. It was my senior year where our line wasn't great. but we had a guy who was talking to Boston College for football, and he tore his ACL. Pino tore his ACL,
Yeah,
right?
Pino tore his ACL in spring ball. I remember.
Right before the season.
No, I thought it was spring ball because I was still in school when it
Yeah,
happened.
spring ball, like right before the summer season. So.
Yeah.
But he was going to be a huge player for us. That was a bad day.
Yeah, he also, he still ended up playing college football, but, like, that injury, like, definitely, like...
Yeah, he plays at LVC, right?
I don't think he plays anymore, I'll be honest. But he did, and he started. I don't know how many games he started, but I know he did start at least a few. But I gotta say, and this is no bias just because he was in my class, but Connor Long was the best offensive lineman that I have ever played with, and for a guy that was... He was underweight, but he had the size to him, and he could never just like gain the weight because it just wasn't in his body structure. He was the best offensive lineman. If he could gain the weight, then I think he would have ended up probably at like a small D1 school.
Wow.
I mean, he's playing at Ship.
Oh yeah, he gets in the game. I'm not sure if he's a starter. I do text him every weekend just to see if they win or not. But I know he does play, so that's a pretty great accomplishment to play in the PSAC.
Nice. To move on from that, kind of wrap this up. You guys have any last words, thoughts, ideas,
I just
anything
want
to say?
tell him the story about when I first came as a freshman at Avon Grove. So Harry O'Neill, that coach we were talking about.
Whoa, name drop. Whoop whoop.
I don't think
story.
I don't think he would care.
It's your story.
Harry O'Neill.
So I come in as a freshman, and they're handing out jerseys.
Oh man.
And well, there seems to be one jersey missing. He's pretty positive one of us took it. Now I'm not saying none of us did. I'm saying that we were all getting free jerseys that day. I don't think any of us wanted to take one, but I don't know. So he told us to all leave, but the captains aren't going to let us just leave. We're supposed to have practice after this. So they're like, no one actually leave. So instead, they bring us into the locker room, into the showers. So we have a team of, how many kids?
It was roughly between 100 and 110 at the time.
Yeah, and that's including a bunch of linemen, like big guys. And they decided to squish us all in the shower. And I don't think I've smelled anything so bad since that day. I mean, all these guys, it was disgusting.
What'd you do in the shower?
Basically, the captain just sat there and yelled at us and told us, like, if you have this jersey, give it back. And, I mean, like I said, I'm pretty convinced no one took the jersey, but...
So, yeah, just to add on to that, I was in the locker room at the time. Like, I was a senior. We were all shoved in there, and we were all pissed off because we thought that one of the freshmen or sophomores was just being stupid. And my best friend at the time, well, one of my best friends at the time, is yelling at kids, and we had two kids that looked really familiar or similar to each other. And
shout out James Jones, Gannon Motts.
Yeah.
Two of my best friends.
And he just starts going off on them, like not being able to tell who's who. And I'm trying not to laugh, like, while he's doing this, because it's a serious situation, because I'm thinking that we're going to have to run like 1,000 yards plus. And then about like 2 hours later, our coach is like, I think I made a mistake and I just want to apologize. And there was nothing else said for like months. Nothing.
Wow.
But yeah, we had a lot of good times. And just one of the funny stories I remember is we were running hills the one day. And we had some guys that were a little out of shape that were playing O-line. And we literally at the time only did a single hill. And we were running up on our second, and while we're getting up there, I'm not going to name drop, but we had two old linemen that you thought, like, they were going to die. And the hill was pretty steep, but we were told we only had to do 4 of them, so once you got, it's really not that bad. And this kid's sitting there, and he, like, stops, and he was like, oh my gosh. My head coach, he was not one to keep his composure. He was like, you've only done 2. And we're all standing at the top of the hill, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, we're going to have to run the second we get back on the turf. And honestly, like, every class under me definitely made it hard to not run because they just did very, very idiotic things Tuesday through Thursday. On the football field, out of the football field, in school.
That's you.
Yeah, I will vouch for him that the class above me, my class, and the class below me did not do anyone favors whatsoever.
But I will shout out to my class. We did end we had an event every year. It was called it was more of a class pride day thing, and every different class wore colors. We had 2 kids set off smoke bombs in the middle of our school that set off smoke detectors, and they both had to see a federal judge. And then there was no more class pride day.
Yeah, they canceled that after that, so I never got my senior parade.
And we never got to compete that day because we were dealing with police.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Evan Grove High School, folks.
shout out to AG.
Yeah.
I want to go there now. I want to be
No,
a
you
teacher.
don't.
No,
No, you don't.
yeah.
No, you don't.
No? Okay.
Nothing goes on there anymore.
Yeah, it smells like mushrooms.
Yeah. Shout out to the compost factories all around the town.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for joining me today.
thank
I
you
don't
for
know where
having
our
us.
third guest was.
Yeah, we don't
I'm not
know
gonna
where.
name drop names, but
Yeah.
Q didn't show up. Come on, man. I saw you at study hall. I'm like, hey, Q, 9:45. It's currently almost 10:30.
Granted, I don't think Q knows how to tell time. I don't.
No.
We did pass him on our way here. We did pass Q.
He was like, "See you in 3 hours, man." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Is that what he said? I didn't think he said anything.
No, yeah, he said that.
I think
See you in 3 hours.
He's
Yeah.
lying. He's lying.
We'll get you, Q. We'll get you on here. Yeah, so like, share, comment, whatever you're watching this one. Just do something. This needs to blow up. I need 1 million views on this video with these 2 guys. I think it could happen. What would you guys do if you guys were seen 1 million times?
I'd
On
ask
the
you
internet.
to pay me.
What?
I'd ask you to pay me.
I would just say I'm glad that I could have helped you with your views. And,
No,
I think
no,
that
you
what you're
wouldn't.
doing is pretty cool. A podcast brought to Juniata. That's pretty cool.
Well, I try my best.
Suck.
Shout out to Ricky Wolf as well. You're legit, bro.
Thanks, Ricky Wolf.
Yeah.
He was my freshman year roommate. He was like 5'6", redhead, like 275. He was our kicker.
275.
Yeah, not a joke. Like hey, my boy was big.
Wow. On that note, have a great rest of your day, guys. Tip of the spear.
Always sharp.
It's recording, so anything you say or do will be held against you at all times in the court of law.
All right, and like this is going on YouTube, correct?
YouTube, Spotify,
So
Apple
no
Podcasts.
no cursing.
No F-bombs.
I mean, there should be no cursing in general, man. That's gonna.
I know, but I sometimes just
no F-bombs. Keep everything else to a minimum,
I just sometimes
just so you
don't.
leave Max to do not a lot of work, because he edits.
He edits.
Yeah, he's my executive producer and editor.
Oh, that's
yeah,
nice.
that's a good deal.
Yeah,
is a good deal.
it is. He's
How much you
basically
pay him?
Nothing.
Wow,
He does it
that's
for
a good
free.
deal for
That's
you.
a good
Yeah.
deal.